So for the tutorial, these are the materials you are going to use. You are going to make use of your stitch marker. As a beginner, you will need it. Then darning needle, which you use to sew in the hands. Then measuring tape. Then 3.5 hook, 3.5 millimeter hook. Then our scissors. Then we are going to make use of these colors, 5 colors of yarns. So this brown color, yeye brown, and is lightweight yarn with 3 ply. So they are same brand sorry, they are same brand. So these are the colors we are going to use. This is wine color, and this nude, and this gray, and this black color, and this white color. So you can make use of any colors of your choice. So for me, these are the colors I'm going to use for this project. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with black color. I'm going to start with black color, and I'm going to double the yarn. You see, I'm going to double the yarn because it's 3 ply, so I want it to be thick enough. So I'm going to double the yarn so it make it 6 ply. So I take this how it is. I took one end from the middle, then the end from the body of the yarn. So let's get started. So for you to start with your magic ring, there are 2 ways for you to make your magic rings. There are 2 ways for you to make it. If either you make it this way, like this way, your 2 hands this way, you wrap it, then cross it this way, then pull it out, pull out the end this way, then you beginning to chain 1, 2, 3. Then you continue, then you start working around it, or you make it this way. I think this might be easy. Most people prefer it this way. Or you make it this way. You make a knot. This is how I make my knot. I don't know how others make a knot. So you can make it this way. Then you make your knot. So you have already made your knot this way. Then you are going to chain 5 or 4. So I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then in the first chain here, so into the first chain there, you are going to insert your hook, so it will look this way. Then you pull out a loop. So this is how it looks. So this is your magic ring. They are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. You see, then you are going to make 12 double crochet into this magic ring. So you yarn over after chaining 3. This doesn't count. It doesn't count as a stitch. This just chain. Then yarn over into it to make your double crochet, which we count as 1 double crochet. 1, because you are going to make 12 double crochet into this magic ring. So this is the first one, which is 1. Yarn over into the circle, make your double crochet, then 2, yarn over into that same magic ring again. You make it, you pull out a loop, having 2 loops, you pull through 2. This is your 3 double crochet. So this is 1, 2, 3. Then this is 4. Then 5. 5. Then 6, 7. 7. Sorry, 7. Then this is your 8. Then 9, 10, 11, and 12 double crochet. This counts as your 12 double crochet. Then you are going to grab this and pull it so tight. So you pull this so tight. So once you have already done that, then into the first chain here. Remember, you make a chain here. So as a beginner, for me, as a beginner, I forgot to make a stitch marker. So as a beginner, when you make the chain, you just have to put your stitch marker here, so you're able to identify it when you get here as your first stitch. Okay, it's because I'm not used to it, so I forgot to put it when I make the chain for me to identify my first chain. But for you as a beginner, you might need it, so you put it as a sign for you to mark your first chain. So you are going to remove your stitch marker now, and into it you are going to slip stitch into the first chain here, the first chain. Then you pull out a loop, then pull through. So this is your chain. You have already made the chain now. Then you are going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so once you have already chained 3, you yarn over. So once you have already yarn over, remember this is 12 double crochet. So you are going to make 2 double crochet into this row. This is your row 2. You are going to make 2 double crochet in each stitch. So this doesn't count. Remember, this doesn't count. So as a beginner now, you are going to make use of your stitch marker. So you are going to yarn over. This is the first, into the first chain there. You can see the chain space there. After your chain, there is a space there. Then you make working with your 2 double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook, then you pull out a loop. You have 3 loops there. You pull through 2, then you pull through 2. In that same space again, you yarn over into that same space. You make another double crochet there. So now you are having 2 double crochet. So this is your first stitch here. As a beginner, you put your stitch marker there. Okay, for you to mark your beginning. So this is your first 2 double crochet. Then you yarn over. In the next stitch, you make your 2 double crochet. You pull through 2, you pull through 2. You repeat it again, 1 double crochet in that same space again, yarn over into that same space, you make 2 double crochet. So you have 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet, yarn over into the next stitch again, you make your 2 double crochet. So 2 double crochet, 2 double crochet, 2 double, so you make 2 double crochet. Make sure at the end you have 24 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So to continue making 2 double crochet in each stitch, you get to the end of the row. So yarn over my last stitch here, which is making my 24 stitches. Then I'll make my 2 double crochet. 1, 2. So here is my 2 double crochet. So I'm going to remove my stitch marker now, and into the first chain here. Remember, when you are making your chain your slip stitch, don't make it into this chain here. Just move into the second double crochet. Okay, you move into the second. This is your chain here. So don't slip stitch here. Just insert your hook into the second chain. You can see this is the second stitch here. This is your first stitch. So the second stitch here, in that chain space, in the first chain here, so in this place, so you have a straight line, you make your slip stitch there. So this is it. Okay, so now I'm going to switch to another yarn. So I'm going to make use of my gray color. So this is how it is. Then I pull out the chain from the middle. You can see this is how it looks. And this is what you are going to do. So for you to switch to another yarn, you are going to, you don't need to chain it. Okay, this is how it looks. Then into the second stitch there, you work in with your yarn, your hook. Okay, so then you pull out a loop, then you slip stitch. Then you have to grab this, then you grab this. you chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is your chain. You chain 3. So you are going to work on this yarn, okay? Then yarn over. So as a beginner, you put your stitch marker here. So you put your stitch marker here. I'm not used to it. So as a beginner, you can put your stitch marker to mark your beginning. Then yarn over. In this next row, which should be your third row, you just have to make 1 double crochet. In the next is 2 double crochet. So you'll be increasing 1. In each row, you increase 1. So now we're going to increase 1 in this row, which is your third row. So your first chain space here, your first space here, you are going to work in with your 1 double crochet, which is your increase of 1 double crochet. You yarn over. In the next stitch, you make your 2 double crochet. 2 double crochet. You can see. You yarn over. Your next stitch there, you work in with your 1 double crochet. So which is your increase of 1. In the next stitch, you make your 2 double crochet in that same stitch. 1. In that same stitch again, you repeat it. This is your 2 double crochet. You can see. In this row 3, you will increase 1. 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet into a chain, then 1 double crochet, 2 double crochet into a stitch. Then yarn over again to the next. This is your 2 double crochet. The next, you are going to increase 1. This is your 1 double crochet. Then yarn over into the next. You're working with your 2 double crochet. This is your 1 and this is your 2. So you continue that way to get to the end of the row. So you are going to cut off this yarn. You cut this off, then you continue working your 1 double crochet in 1 stitch, 2 double crochet, so you get to the end of the row. So my last stitch, I've already made my one double crochet, which is the increase of 1. So the next stitch, which should be the last stitch there, I'm going to work in with my 2 double crochet. So because we start with increase, because we start with increase of 1, so remember, and in every end of the row, since you start with 1 double crochet, you are going to end it with 2 double crochet. So assuming we start with 2 double crochet before an increase of 1, we are going to end with 1 double crochet. So since we start with 1 double crochet, we are going to end with 2 double crochet. So if you start with 2 double crochet before the 1 double crochet, which is be the increase, remember you are going to end with 1 double crochet. So my last stitch should be 2 double crochet in a stitch. So you are going to slip stitch. Remember I said don't slip stitch into the first chain, this chain here. Just move to the double crochet here. Move to the double crochet in that stitch there. You leave this your second stitch, which is your double crochet, into the first stitch there. You're working with your slip stitch. Okay, so we are not going to slip stitch because I'm going to switch to another color. So in this tutorial, we are just going to be shifting, moving to one color or to the other. So it depends on how you want your color to be arranged. So you arrange it according to your choice, or you can follow, you can make yours exactly as mine. So it's your choice, depends on the color you are using. Okay, so now you are going to move into the next stitch. You are going to slip stitch with this color. So you just pull out, then you slip stitch here. So once you have already slip stitch, make sure that you grab this end here so tight, then you make your chain. So you make your chain, this is your chain 3. 1, 2, 3. So once you have already chained 3, you cut off this yarn here, cut it off. So once you have already cut it off, then you grab so this is our row 4, row 1, row 2, row 3. So in this row 4 you are going to increase 2. Remember your row 3 you increase 1. So in this row 4 you are going to increase 2. So yarn over, in that same stitch there, you working with your 1 double crochet, which is the increase of 1, yarn over. In the next stitch again, you increase 1 double crochet again, which is the increase of 2. So remember here, in our row 3 we increase 1. So in this our row 2, sorry, in this our row 4, we are going to increase 2. So you increase 1, 2. So in the next stitch, which will be your third, in the next stitch here, you working with your 2 double crochet in the stitch 1. In that same stitch again, repeat it, 2. So you see, yarn over, we are going to make 2 double crochet each. That is an increase of 2. 1 double crochet. In the next stitch again, you make your increase of 1 double crochet again. So this is 1, 2. So in the third stitch, you work in with your 2 double crochet. 1. In that same stitch again, you make your, so that is 2 double crochet, as you can see. So you yarn over. In that next stitch, you make your 1 double crochet. In the next, 1 double crochet, which is your 2 increase of double crochet, yarn over. In the third stitch there, you're working with your 2 double crochet. So you continue this way to get to the end of the row. So my last stitch, which is the increase of 2, then the last, which is the third stitch, then I'm going to working with my 2 double crochet in the stitch. So this how it looks. So make sure at the end of everything in your row 4, you are having 48 stitches. This is your row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4. So at the end of this row, you have 48 stitches. When you begin to count the stitches this way, 1, you count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When you begin to count it this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So make sure at the end of everything you have 48 stitches. So this is how it looks. So in my next, I'm going to switch to another color. Okay, so I'm going to switch to this nude color. So in this row now, which will be the row 5, I'm going to row 5 and row 6. I'm going to put you through and how to make your row 5 and row 6. Then in the next row you continue. Okay, so you listen. So we are going to switch to the next. Remember, don't chain here. You chain into the second stitch there. So you slip stitch into the second stitch. Okay, I don't know why I'm saying something else. So you pull out a loop, then you put it through. Then you grab your yarn so tight. Okay, then you are going to chain. Remember, you make your chain 3 chain. 1, 2, 3. So once I've already chained 3,